Well, there are growing calls to invoke that 25th Amendment. The first one was actually a Republican lawmaker, Representative Kinzinger, who called on that 25th Amendment to be invoked. Then you had some Democrats who came along, and of course the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, in a press conference saying that the cabinet should invoke the 25th Amendment, and if they didn't, then she would consider impeachment, because she said in her own words that her phone had been ringing off the hook from some members of her caucus calling for impeachment filings already brought by certain Democratic lawmakers. Now, the likeliness of that happening is very small, because while there have been reports that there are certain members of Donald Trump's cabinet who have been discussing this 25th Amendment, the same reportings show that the Vice President, Mike Pence, is nowhere near agreeing to that. He really does not want to go down that road, and Mike Pence's input is absolutely crucial in order to invoke that 25th Amendment. So that looks highly unlikely. Even then, you would have a certain process. They would have to send a letter to Congress. Then Donald Trump would be able to counter that. There would need another letter from the cabinet, and then Congress would have to vote. So that would take quite a bit of time. The other option, as Nancy Pelosi put it, is impeachment, but that's also the same issue. You need a certain process and a certain number of days in order to get through the investigation, the drawing up of those filings of impeachment, the articles of impeachment, and then the vote. And then, even then, you would need a huge majority of Congress to actually vote to impeach and then convict the president. So this is very unlikely, but it is a very symbolic move, and it shows how important and how shocking Donald Trump's reaction to the violence yesterday was, that these discussions are actually happening, even though he only has 13 days left in office.